What's going on, everybody in the YouTube land? Okay, here's what's going on. Today we did 6 loads today. For a recap, I did 2 120 130 mile loads, somewhere like that, and then I did 4 shorter runs. They're about a couple miles a piece. So we got 6 loads in today. I was going to go for a 7th load, but you know, they sent a truck in there and took the last empty. So I said, well, that's not going to work, because they're, you know, I probably had to go a long ways to get one just to come back. So I went and come across the other side of the state to do my run for tomorrow, and I'll just do that 6th one on the back side of that one. So I'll get home Saturday, yeah, probably about noon, and I probably won't come back out until Tuesday. But I know some people asked me some questions, to answer some questions, and I'm going to read those real quick, and I'll get right back with you. All right, so Bryant wanted to know about empty trailer searches, and if we had a lot of loads canceled lately. No, I really don't have a problem with empty trailers, because I rearrange my loads accordingly, just like I did today. You know, when the place had enough empties when I got there to do my runs, but then when they send somebody and take one, if I can rearrange something, I'll do that, so that way I don't have to run around and chase empties. So I really don't have that big of a problem with it. Like today, I did have to go get an empty, but it was right on the way, so it only added about 5 miles out of my way, which isn't bad. And then the other one is load cancellations. No, I haven't had that many load cancellations this basically the whole month. I might have had in September maybe 2 cancellations, which isn't a whole lot, but you do get paid for them. So, you know, it doesn't bother me if they cancel, because we got so many other loads. You know, you just get online and click on it and keep on trucking. Like I said before, on this system, in 8 years that I've been doing this over here, I never been a day without a load. I've always had freight to move, and I've always kept busy. So, and a lot of people, you know, talk about you know, the lease purchase and the different types of leases, and I'll go into that again here in a second. But Barclay, yeah, you're right. Don't tell Bob, but I think my blue's better than his, but we won't say nothing. All right. Anyway, just kidding, Bob. Adios. No, just kidding, Bob. But anyway, you know, I had a call and we talked to a gentleman. I'm not gonna say his name and stuff, but you know, we had a discussion about leases. And there was another company out there that leases trucks, and a lot of people know who it is. You know, it's a separate company, and you lease a truck from them. You take the truck, you know, to all these other different companies. They have pretty good rates, but they want, you know, a substantial down payment. And then a lot of guys will say, well, that's cheaper than, let's say, where I'm at. And but the problem is, you got to compare both trucks the same. You know, they might be the same make and model and everything, could even have the same engines, but if, you know, let's say the APU, that one, if it doesn't come with APU and this one over here does, that's about a $200 to $250, depending on the APU, per month add-on. So, you know, you got to add that onto that payment, and then, you know, if you got to put money down, you know, let's say you put, they want $10,000 down. Well, if it's a 5-year deal, you got to divide that by 60. So it's, you know, about a little over $1,600 a year, you know, for that $10,000 down. So that's, you know, about about $130 or so. Add that to your payment, you know. So then when you do all that, it gets pretty close. Both companies are, you know, I bet they're probably within $100. a month. So there's really no difference. So when you look at that, you got to, compare, make sure you're comparing, the same trucks and all the same stuff. All right. And then if you can keep the money in your pocket, that's the way to go. You never give your cash out if you don't have to, because in this game, cash is king. If you don't have the cash and something happens to your truck, and if you got to start putting on credit cards, that's disaster. That's the quickest way to bankruptcy in the trucking industry, is if you have to put all your repairs on credit cards. So stay away from that credit card business. That's no way to do it. That's why they got these other companies that send you stuff in the mail all the time, like lending, whatever, and the Prospers and all that, is because they're trying to get the people that, need to pay out those credit cards, and some people will do it. But then what happens if you not got the money put back and you're not saving your money up? That's what's good about a maintenance account. A lot of people don't like it. They take that maintenance and they got all this money in here, and I'm not using it. I got 3,000 or 4,000 there built up. Well, once that truck comes off of warranty, even if you had 10,000 in there, that truck comes off of warranty, that 10,000, it goes quick. If you have one bad year, can wipe that out and then some. The year that my Volvo 880 started breaking on me, the turbo, and then the exhaust manifold bolts, and some other things, and the Y exhaust and all kind of stuff went wrong with it. It was about $25,000 that year. So, 10 grand is nothing in the truck industry if your truck's not under warranty. I mean, a turbo can cost you anywhere between $5,000 and $7,000, depends how nice they want to be to you. But other than that, that's all we're doing. We were going to be home tonight, but they put 5 of these short loads on the board today, and I took them all, and then they put another one on there, but I'm not going to take it. I'll leave it for somebody else, because I know there's no empties left there, and the place isn't open tomorrow. And just luckily that I'm going to the place to drop, the shipper. I'm going to that shipper to drop a load, so I can take that loaded trailer over to the place it goes to and drop it. And I'm not going to have to worry about empty, because I'm going home, a bobtail home. But that's why I didn't take the other load, because I know if I did on Saturday, chances of me getting empty somewhere close is 0 to none. It's not going to happen, because the place that you take these loads out of, they don't let you go in there to get an empty. So, there's no other place around there, so it's going to be a 50 or 60 mile deadhead, to go get an empty. Then you got to come back to 50 or 60 miles, so I'm not going to do that. So, if they let me bobtail back in, if I knew it was a shipper, I could bobtail back in and get that load and then do it, and I could have the load done in 30 minutes. But that shipper doesn't do that either. So that's why, I didn't pick that load. And that's how you got to work this system. Once you learn your shippers and receivers, and you learn if you can go in there without an empty, or if you need, to get a load, if you can bobtail in. Some of them don't let you bobtail in. You have to have trailers. That's one of them. So if I know there's no empty at that place, I'm not going to take another load, because I don't have to go run around the country looking for empties. So that's what you got to do. You got to learn your shippers, learn your receivers. And that takes a little time, There's always a learning curve. But the big curve is, with this company, when you drop that trailer and you have 4 or 5 or 6 loads booked after that, and it's a drop, and they don't have an empty, just like I did. I dropped, there was no empty. They sent me, I got an empty, and I got over here, and I'm within, I could have went to the shipper and seen if the load was ready, but then I'd have been stuck there because I was running out of time. So I come to the truck stop. But that's the thing, it's only put about 5 miles extra on the trip, So that's the difference between this company and the other company. And everybody knows the only two companies that you can really pick freight from a vast load board. And at the other company, they know if they drop that trailer and there's no empty, then they're waiting on that trailer for a day or two or however long it takes to get unloaded, because they don't have a whole lot of trailers sitting all over the place like they do here. So that's a benefit. But anyway, enough of that. It's going to be a good weekend. It's getting cold out though, so everybody that has the bunk heaters, make sure that you fire them up. You know, especially if you're down south and you come up here and you got a bunk heater, fire it up, make sure it works. You know, don't wait till you get up here and it starts getting cold and you find out it doesn't work. And you got to idle that motor. You know, do a little maintenance on it. You know, if it doesn't work, maybe your little fuel filter's plugged. Doesn't cost much. You know, better change that out before you get up here and find out your heater don't work. All right, but see, I don't have to worry about that, because when I ordered this truck from the dealer, I did it two ways. I got the Carrier APU system, which has its own heat source. It's electric, right? So it puts out, it's got two stages, a 1500 watt heater and a 3000 watt heater. And but I didn't want to have to run that big APU unit for the fuel. So what I did is I had the, when I ordered it, I had them put a Webasto heater in here from the factory. So that way, when it's not real cold, like below zero, I'll run a Webasto heater. And then when it gets down to around zero or so, I'll run the APU, because that way I'll keep my motor warm and I won't have any cold starts in the winter. I'll keep my motor warm, plus I have the heat from that. So that's about all I got for right now. Like I said, anybody wants to get a hold of me, you know, email me. I'll send you my phone number. I'd rather send you my phone number than talk about, you know, over email. I got a couple of emails I have to catch up on. Maybe I'll have time to do that tonight. This is getting a long video, but we'll talk to y'all guys later, and everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you later.